Hello, I'm Paul Denniston. I am the founder and creator of Grief Yoga, and I'm really excited to be live here as part of with PESI to talk a little bit about International Yoga Day. Today is that, and so to also share a little bit about how yoga has helped me deal with challenging emotions like grief and anger. So thank you so much for letting me offer this space and time. I have certainly traveled through PESI and shared this practice to thousands of therapists and counselors. So thanks. um, Before I begin, I just want to recognize that what the meaning of yoga means. Since it's International Yoga Day, what does yoga mean? Yoga means union, and how normal it is when we are experiencing loss or grief to feel that space of disconnection from someone, from something that we loved. How normal it is for us to suppress our emotions. I think that we judge certain emotions, and a lot of the times, anger, sadness, anxiety, regret, pain get suppressed within our body. And so this is a practice that uses movement, breath, and vocalization to take the struggle and the pain and to move it through an empowering way. So um, I'm going to show you in a moment a couple of techniques that are practical and simple to use, whether it's from a chair or wherever you're at. These can be helpful if you wanted to share them with others, or they can be just helpful for yourself. They are based upon my book that's called Healing Through Yoga: Transform Loss into Empowerment. And yeah, it's really reflection about how the body remembers pain and trauma, even when the mind tries to suppress it. Tell you what, I'm going to actually open it up. And if you'd like to share, where do you hold pain in your body, whether you're here live or even if you're just watching the replay? Where do you hold pain in your body? And recognizing how normal it is for us to get stuck up in here, but to also recognize we have issues in our tissues and how important it is to move it through. Okay, great. Just a little backstory on me. Um, I have gone through deep loss in my life, losing my sister, losing my stepson. I have tried to handle the struggle and the pain through suppressing it, drugs, alcohol. When I approached and went into yoga, because the heart of yoga was a place of compassion, it really allowed me to be with it and to move with it. And so as I have approached my place of sobriety and taking this work, it's really a space of saying, let's take the pain and let's channel it in empowering ways. I even just see some people are talking about how the pain lives in the sternum since the loss of Ashley's grandfather. Rachel talks about how it lives within the neck and the shoulders. I can totally identify that. Sometimes it lives within our solar plexus and stomach as we try to process the anxiety, the tension, and the trauma. Sometimes it feels we lives within our chest when we feel like, it's where love exists, but also where unresolved grief and sadness can live. Lives within the throat. Sometimes we get blocked within our expression. So within this space, I'm going to offer a lot of techniques using vocalization. Okay. So I'm just going to begin to guide you within this space. And the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is actually connect to your breath. A lot of the times when we're struggling, our breath gets very shallow. So I'm going to actually invite you to connect to your breath. And I'm going to do this right now from a chair. So you're welcome to join me. You can sit and observe, but sometimes some of the biggest benefits can come by just actually participating in it. So as we want to move into that space of a compassionate space within the body, A very simple step that you can do, especially if you're working with others, is to just flow with the breath. We understand that a meditation is helpful to quiet the mind. Here's a flowing meditation. My hands are at my sides. Inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Exhale, palms down, relax your shoulders. Good. Just flow with me here for a little bit here. Inhaling, arms rise up. Exhale, palms facing down. One more time here at your own pace. All right, now I invite you to bring your hands right to your stomach. Sometimes when we've experienced deep loss, we feel like we've lost a sense of power. And so I'm going to, if you are ever feeling overwhelmed or activated, to just bring your hands to find centering right here within the belly. And this will help you to bring your attention, bringing the breath all the way down into your belly. Let's take a deep inhale. Now I invite you to just sigh it out here. Ah. And again, deep inhale, whatever the sigh sounds like here. Ah. One more time, maybe the sigh sounds a little different. Good. Shake it out a little bit here. I'm going to invite you into some empowering ways to use movement, breath, and vocalization to move the pain through. I'm going to do this one standing. You can totally do this seated if you'd like. I offer this technique to therapists and counselors who use this in between their clients to help them release the feelings of the previous client to move on to the next one. Let me share how you can do this. So it's from a standing position. I will in my feet, hip width distance apart, knees slightly bent. I'm going to inhale and lift the arms up over my head, and then exhale, hands forward, down, and back. This is a technique called the windmill. I'm going to show a couple of variations on how you can do it. You can inhale, arms rise up, and then exhale behind you. Again, I'm using the vocalization because we're using movement, breath, and vocalization to take the pain and move it through in empowering ways, okay? So if you'd like to do this with me, give it a try here. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, arms behind you. Good. If you want to go a little deeper, if you're standing and you want to bend forward, you're welcome to do that too. You can let go of the anxiety or the frustration or maybe the feelings from the previous client. You can just release behind you. I'm going to do one more time here. Good. Just come back to a neutral seated position. Maybe shake out your hands a little bit here. Since grief and loss can be overwhelming and in a sense where we lose our strength and power, let me share with you a technique that's very empowering. This is helpful for people who have experienced trauma. This is helpful for people who might have been victimized. This is an empowering technique that allows them to break through where you're feeling stuck. You're welcome to just observe, or if you want to follow along, you're welcome to do that. It's called breaking the chains. I'm going to literally embody a place where I might be feeling stuck. I invite you to bring your hands parallel in front of your chest with your elbows and fists right near each other and tighten your fists. Relax your shoulders and just even imagine a place where you're feeling stuck in your life. And hold the fists with dynamic tension and take a deep inhale and push your elbows back. Good. I'm going to invite you to really, again, use the vocalization, the sound from your throat to help you connect to your roar as you open up the chest and heart. Here we go. Inhale, push those elbows back. Again, inhale. Your sigh could be different. Maybe it's a one more time here. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Part of what's happening within that space, hopefully, is breathing from the belly, opening up the heart, and opening up the throat. You know, it's normal for us to be experiencing anger, And a lot of the time, that anger, when it is not moved through, can create a place of bitterness and dis-ease. Perhaps we judge the anger. I was very fascinated about how can you channel it? What if we used the anger as fuel for healing? Okay, so here's a technique. I call it punching out. And a part of what we're doing within this space too is learning how to channel fire. Okay, as if we were channeling pain. I invite you to bring your fists right to your chest. Okay, hold those fists with dynamic tension and just punch out in front of you using equal inhalation and exhalation through the mouth. Like, keep going here. Breathing in and out through the nose brings a lot of oxygen up to the brain, but I'm going to invite you to breathe in and out through the mouth to bring oxygen into the body and creating a spark within to just begin to punch out here. I have this membership that I do that's called Spark, and using techniques to move the anger through is something that people really resonate with. Keep going for 3 and 2 and 1. Now bring both fists in. Now, what if we learned how to move it through like fuel? I invite you to inhale and just push one hand out in front of you and release with the hands, like, release with the hands in front of you. Inhale, and then other hand. Maybe it's something you no longer will tolerate. Maybe it's almost as if you were channeling and moving the pain through. Sometimes even people will do this and say the words no or out. Whatever the vocalization you want to do here, maybe it's just a Good. When complete, just kind of shake it out through your hands a little bit here. I know it's International Yoga Day, and I'm telling you, this ain't your mama's yoga I'm offering here. This is a little more empowering ways to channel pain. But I can also recognize that when we are going through pain, sometimes we have a primal need to know why. Why did this have to happen? Why him? Why her? Why do innocent children have to die? Why? And I'm going to tell you, we are never going to get a satisfying answer, but sometimes just by expressing the why, it will allow whatever is suppressed to move through using movement, breath, and vocalization. So within this space, I'm going to invite you to just say the words why, but bring your hands in front of you here with the palms facing you. And I invite you to just say the words here. Why? Again, why? Why? I'm going to invite you to get angry as you say it and perhaps lift the arms up to the sky here. Why? Again, why? 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 3 more times here. Why? 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 Now I invite you to bring your hands tight in with fists, and we're going to again release the pain out. Take a deep inhale, and as if you were throwing something behind you here, again, inhale, exhale, as if you were just throwing it behind you. Maybe it's the dreams that will never be, or the frustration and anger, the hurt and the pain. Just inhale. What can you let go of here? Just take a moment and shake out the hands a little bit. And sometimes it's normal, we can get it stuck right up in our jaw. So let's just bring the palms in front right here and take a deep inhale. Just begin to shake out your hands here and release any tension in your jaw. Just kind of again, inhale. Just shake any tension in your jaw. Just kind of shake it out through the hands. And bringing it back to the belly. Bring your hands right to your belly. Again, this is a great place of centering, taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And again, a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And really, sometimes people will share about how this is all about finding a place of connection. It's what yoga means. Yoga means union, connection. And sometimes when we've experienced deep loss, it's that place of disconnection. So I invite you right now to place the hands right now on your chest and take a moment and feel your heart. And if your heart is missing someone, take a moment and close your eyes. And I invite you to see your loved one healthy and happy and smiling at you with love. And I invite you to say their name out loud. Ella. Breathe. I'm going to invite you to just take a moment and fill the heart space up. Bring your hands right in front of your heart, as if they were an empty bowl in front of your chest. Maybe that's how you might be feeling inside, just a little bit of empty. I'm going to invite you to take a moment with your eyes closed, to take a moment to remember about something about them that you are grateful for, that you will cherish. Maybe it was a memory or a time you had with them. Take a moment and just remember something positive. And I invite you to bring your hands right to your heart and to just say, thank you. Thank you. Just take a moment, and one more time here, I invite you to bring your hands right in front of you, and I invite you to close your eyes and take a moment and imagine hearing their laugh. And if you can't hear their laugh, maybe just see them smile at you. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart and to just say thank you. Thank you. One more technique here. Just bring your hands to prayer. And now I'm just going to invite you to just release whatever came up here. I call this flowing gratitude. Inhale, lift your prayer up over your head, release the hands, and just say the words thank you, and then release your hands down by your sides. Flowing meditation. I invite you to do it 2 more times. Palms together, lift it up, and just say the words thank you. One more time. Let the love and gratitude surround you. And I invite you to bring your hands right to your belly and take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. I invite you to reflect on how resilient you are. You have experienced deep loss and trauma, and you are still here. You are showing up. You are breathing. Your breath is happening even when you're not even focused on it. And I invite you to bring your hands to your chest and your heart and find that space of connection and union within. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And I invite you to bring your palms together to prayer, creating a sense of balance of both the body and the mind. a thing that we say in yoga. It means namaste, and it literally means the light and the teacher within me honors the light and the teacher within you. I'm going to invite you to bring your chin to your chest and just whisper to yourself here, namaste. Thank you for letting me share this work. It's always meaningful to me, I'll tell you, from a person who would run away from grief and loss. There is a space, as yoga has taught me, how we can move with it in compassionate spaces. So I've heard that saying of grief is love with nowhere to go, but sometimes when we learn how to channel the pain through in empowering ways, it can give us the space to hold that vulnerability, which is a lot of what this work is about. So if you want to learn more about it, you can go and check out my book, Healing Through Yoga, Transform Loss into Empowerment. Check out griefyoga.com. That's where I am. There's lots of resources that are there that can support you, support people that you're working with. If you're curious about learning to teach and share this work, I have a grief movement training that will be beginning soon. So I would love for you to find out more information about that at griefyoga.com. And just as you move forward today, just start to inquire within. How can you be kind to yourself? How can you be compassionate to yourself? And remembering the wisdom of what yoga and union is about. If you are struggling today, where can you find connection? To self? Maybe reaching out, finding connection to others? Or maybe it's even finding a spiritual connection, and maybe that's out in nature, or maybe it's just taking a moment and remembering a loved one and saying their name out loud. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day.